If you are a web designer and you are chasing clients who don't want to pay, this video is going to save you months of stress. In this video, I'm going to be showing you the best type of businesses to target if you want to get serious and reliable clients. Why do the business type actually matter? Most web designers they fail not because they are bad, but because they target the wrong businesses. Some businesses need websites to actually survive. Others just see website as decoration, so you want to go with the first ones, the one who actually need the website in order to survive. So the first type of business we are going to be looking at is actually real estate companies. Yeah, real estate businesses are top priority on this list. Why? These businesses, all of them, they need property listings, they need lead forms, they need WhatsApp click buttons. These are businesses that actually need websites in order to survive. They need clients to be able to check properties online, to be able to book reservations, to go check properties physically, and to be able to contact them directly from after viewing properties online. So real estate companies are the number one type of business I like to target, especially as a local developer here in Africa, because these businesses also often have the capital to follow through on a website project. So our first business is our real estate companies. And we are going to go to the second type of business, actually schools and training centers. Yes, private schools, training centers, I know they are all around us, they are everywhere. And you know the good thing about this site, we know they have a consistent revenue source, so they actually have the money. What this business or what these schools and training centers now need is an online presence to boost their actual credibility, so as to make parents or sponsors of the students to actually know they are legit. And most of these centers often need a lot of things on the websites like admission forms, galleries, result portal, professional designs. So you actually have quite some work to do on this site, hence the pay from it is also quite huge. And as I said, this type of business is always secure in terms of payment after work is done, because like it's a school, it's a public enterprise, so they are always going to follow up with such things, which is actually the main aim of this video. Businesses which will actually follow through with payments and not delay you or cause you stress as a web designer or web design agency. And the third one, we are clinic labs, medical centers. Obviously, not like the big hospitals, they have their highly compact database and management systems, but we're focusing on these small clinic and pharmaceuticals around us that usually in every state, every city, in every village, we always have these pharmaceuticals there. And most of these things, actually, most of these places actually need a website to showcase themselves, to provide things like appointment booking, like service pages, even Google Maps for direct location and contacts for emergencies. So they actually need websites so patients can actually be able to reach and communicate with them faster. So this is a third type of businesses which you should be targeting as a web design agency if you are reliable payments and you don't want stress. And the fourth one is going to be restaurants and food businesses. I know a lot of us when we start our web design career or a web design agency, we have gone for these restaurants, we have gone for these local food businesses, and that's actually the right thing to do. These places, most of them, they already have a capital which they have quite a huge capital which they invest into these things. So they are always looking for ways to ameliorate, to better up customer service, to make things faster, to serve their customers so they can keep thriving. So when you go to this type of businesses, you are always sure that their payment is going to be secure. You can always charge anywhere between even $500 to $700. I'm talking in an African perspective. I know in the UK, America, you all might charge $2,000 to $3,000, but here in Africa, things are different because you actually need to work based on the situation, based on the environment. You can't just charge same fee you potentially charge for clients abroad with the local clients, because the local client doesn't make same as the client abroad actually make. So I really like these restaurant and food businesses, and I personally have their websites for about five of these restaurant businesses just recently. Like I really love them, and they are a huge sector I actually target in my web design agency. And The last one, law firms and consultants. You have lawyers, you have accountants, all of these people. They are people who are affiliated with like trust and authority. So these people are always very reliable. They are always people that will follow up through, and they actually need websites. Why do they need websites? They need websites to book consultations. These are people that work with consultations, reservations, because they actually need to talk to clients to solve their legal issues. So they actually need these websites, and often also they actually pay very well. So you can always charge high fees, and one client alone can actually be worth even and one client alone can actually be worth 4 to even 6 months of business, because they do really pay well, and you actually have a huge job to do. You need to follow up with them for the content writing and storytelling on the website, because it's actually a legal business, so they have a lot of things that are always going to be looking forward to. So you yourself, you have to actually be a good web designer, be able to follow up your clients, but they are actually a very good business type to target, and they are quite popular nowadays. They have a lot of them. I'm currently on one for just a company which are actually just opposite my place here, and trust me, they pay well and very comfortable, no stress. And last but not the least, actually, I'm going to include this e-commerce and these online sellers. These are people that already know a lot about online businesses. Most of them probably already have things like Shopify, and so they might not actually need websites. Most of them already actually have websites, but there are still a lot who are actually still getting into it. So you can always just go ahead and target them. And most of the time, what I recommend is for such small businesses, for such small e-commerce or online businesses, you can actually go with the approach of offering a free website. Then you go ahead and make your money from charging for hosting or SEO, maintenance, regular product uploads, and things like that. So that's number 6 business type, was just a bonus. But I really recommend the top 5 if you are someone looking to niche out, which I actually recommend, or to niche into a particular category so you can easily target them and get your clients for your web design agency. And now, as a bonus for this video, I'm going to tell you things you should be avoiding, because not all that glitters is gold. You shouldn't be going in for all clients. First, you should be avoiding small personal brands with no income. Like you see a small page on TikTok, like someone trying to advise that small bracelet business. You don't want to be going for such. They don't have the capital for a good website, and you don't want to be building any type of things. You, as a web design agency, you need to set your standard high. You need to actually work with high quality customers. So you don't want to actually be going for maybe the $50 to go and maybe do a small landing page. No, we don't want to work with that. That destroys your portfolio in the long run. Also, friends with big ideas but no capital, that's just a wastage of time. You are going to spend hours and hours on project doing something which will yield no result, because there's actually no capital. That's just an idea, it's something they have in their mind. You yourself will have a lot of things in your mind, but not everything is what turning into reality. So you should avoid friends who have these big ideas but no budget. After all, you are building a business, you are not building a charity organization. So should avoid people who say I'll pay later. No, we don't do that here. You pay 50% now. After 5 days when your website is completed, you pay the other 50%. By the time you have built 2 to 3 websites, you already have a skill, like you know exactly how long you are going to take to build a particular website. So it's always easier for you to do this. You set up 50% before the work commences, 50% immediately after it commences. There's nothing like pay later, there's nothing like I'll pay at the end of the month. If you want to pay at the end of the month, you start your project at the end of the month. So I'm going to complete your project when you are going to be doing your pay. But here we are running business, we are not running a charity organization. At the end of the day, we acquire all these digital skills in order to make money. So that's it about this video. And one more thing, guys, how do you actually approach clients? I noticed this, and I actually noticed this. A lot of you approach clients with I design websites. So I just want to correct this. When approaching your clients, try to always put value ahead or results ahead. Like, you have to go with something like, I'm going to help your business grow more. I'm going to help you get more customers online. When you go in with like I design websites, you are trying to talk about you are talking about design aesthetics. That's not what the customer wants to hear. The customer wants to actually hear the money. The customer wants to hear the value you are going to add to their business. So that's just a tip. So make sure you always walk around with your messaging, because that's a very high part of the web design itself. Because those messages are what actually get you to finalize this with these customers. And that's all about this video. So please don't forget to like and subscribe to this video if you want to see more on web design and digital skills in general. We are here for you. Bye bye.